It brings up mixed emotions to represent the U.S. right now, I think. It's a little hard. There's obviously a lot going on that I'm not the biggest fan of, and I think a lot of people aren't. If it aligns with my moral values, I feel like I'm representing it. Just because I'm wearing the flag doesn't mean I represent everything that's going on in the U.S. So yeah, I just kind of want to do it for my friends and my family and the people that support me getting here.
How does it feel to represent your country like this?
It feels amazing. I love representing the U.S. I freaking love living there. I love it, and I'm so happy I get to represent USA.
Obviously, that's going back to 2020, but this Hunter Hess, that was under Biden. That's true. But no, actually, I think that was still under Trump at the time. But anyway, but Hunter Hess is the latest Olympic athlete to come out and speak against the U.S. Guys, Hunter Hess is exactly why I've tuned out of the Olympics. I used to love the Olympics. I used to look forward to watching the Olympics with my dad, with the rest of my family. We absolutely loved them. And honestly, even the Michael Phelps era, I would tune into the Olympics religiously. But it's people like Hunter Hess that force me to tune out of the Olympics. And why? Because I don't care about your politics. I don't care what political party you represent. I don't care what skin color you are. I don't care what sex you are. All I care about is that you're an American, and I want to cheer for an American, and I want to see an American beat another country. That's all I want to see. I just want to be entertained. I want to watch for fun. I want to watch to root for you. I don't tune into the Olympics to be preached to. You've got low information voters like this guy Hunter Hess is, that thinks he's above it all, that can't keep his mouth shut. And all he's forcing people to do is tune out. And so now I'm not rooting for Hunter Hess. I'm rooting for Hunter Hess's competition. And I don't want to be that way, because I want to root for the American. Now, I won't even watch. You've had stories like the downhill skiers, Lindsey Vonn, and forgive me, I forget the name of the woman that actually won gold, but I did tune into that late night after the Super Bowl, and I saw Lindsey Vonn crash. I know that happened earlier in the day, so that was taped. But she's just an American. It's a great American story. Sadly, she crashed. Sadly, she injured herself even further. But nonetheless, these people, because of what they do, you just want to root for them. You just want to see them succeed. They don't come out. They're not overly political. And you just want to root for their ability to go out there and crush it in the Olympics. And Hunter Hess has robbed us of that ability to be able to do that. So shame on him. He would do much better. All of these athletes would do much better if they would just shut their pie holes and compete, because honestly, they would have a more of an impact on the culture, a positive impact, and bring us together, because Democrats, Republicans, Libertarians, even Democratic Socialists, if you get them into watching sports, they're going to be cheering for the American. So Hunter Hess just screwed up his ministry. Okay, I want to move on to that. And obviously I want to get into Bad Bunny. Let's play a clip here. This was and I want to get into TPUSA, give you my take on that. Actually, let me just give you my take on this. All right. So we commented on Hunter Hess. Let me give you my take on, I didn't watch the Bad Bunny halftime show. I've seen some short clips of Bad Bunny's halftime show. I've heard praise, about it. Like the what did you say, Gabe? Like the theatrics, the production of it was absolutely amazing. I don't like that it was done predominantly in Spanish, and it's not because I don't love Spanish people. It's because I love America, and I know that Spanish people love America. And then we have a nation and cultures and traditions that we have to preserve, and people take this lightly. I've heard some people say, "Listen, this is no big deal," and honestly, I went from "this is a big deal" to "this is no big deal" to the more I thought about it, and I was like, "No, it's actually a really, really big deal." Because what we don't tend to think about is we're losing America as we know it. And it's not because this isn't about race. This isn't even about Latinos. It's about disparaging what America is and what we've been and the traditions that we've held, the things that we can as Americans, we look forward to the 4th of July. We look forward to Thanksgiving. We look forward to holidays and events that are uniquely ours, where we can sit together and gather together and just be American, be Americans and be entertained. And again, not care about skin color, not care about race, not care so much about religion. Even not care about sex. There's some institutions, and the Super Bowl was one of them, or I'd like to think still is partially one of them, where Americans just want to come together and watch and be Americans. I really believe that the NFL has done damage. I don't know what the ratings are with Bad Bunny. I suspect they're not horrible, because frankly, most people that are watching the Super Bowl don't turn a channel. So like Kendrick Lamar got all these great ratings, but his halftime show last year stunk. But it's just people when they watch the Super Bowl, they're getting up to get, chips and dip and barbecue and wings and everything else, or go take a bathroom break or talk to their friends. And some people aren't paying attention to the halftime show. A lot of people are paying attention to the halftime show and ads. But I've come to the realization that the left, the NFL, Roger Goodell, has done a lot of damage to the NFL. Have done a lot of damage to the NFL. And I think TPUSA, surprisingly, did more damage to the NFL halftime show than I ever imagined. And looking at the 135 million watched the halftime show, so those numbers may be even larger than last year. I don't remember what Kendrick Lamar's were, but I feel like his were right under 130 million. And so the more people watch the Super Bowl, the more people are going to tune in. Okay, so that's the most viewed in the history of the Super Bowl. So I don't doubt that he put him over the top, because you have people, Latino people from different countries trying to tune in. And I get what the NFL is trying to do. I think the NFL ultimately is trying to be, like football. They're trying to be a global sport, if you will. But let me tell you how I believe TPUSA has done a little damage to the NFL, even if their numbers aren't near here. From what I understand, they've got at least 5 million live streamers on YouTube, but across all of their platforms, from what I understand, I believe they had about 20 million people viewing their halftime show. And let me just be real about their halftime show. I wasn't impressed, but I wasn't unimpressed. And they only had a few months to plan it. I've heard Andrew Colvett say that if you give them a year, they can do something amazing. I would like to see them do that. I would like to see them mix it up, perhaps have it in a different venue, something that feels more Super Bowl-y. I know they can't be on a football field per se, but maybe something that's a little more open, a little more greenery, where you can see more people on the outside, just celebrating the music. And I did think that it was good. It was actually better than I expected. I must admit that. I loved all of the performers on there. I just wish there would have been more of a blend of talent on there. I loved Kid Rock's last song. Perhaps we'll play a bit of a cut of that. But let me tell you why I think the NFL has done damage to themselves. And I wasn't sure that it was possible with TPUSA. Here's what TPUSA has done. It's not just that TPUSA, and they said they're going to do it, can go and put on another halftime show next year, and they can get more talent or a variety of talent. They can have perhaps a bigger venue. They'll have more people watching. But what's to stop me now? If I'm a Kendrick Lamar, if I'm a Nicki Minaj, of saying, you know what? The NFL, Jay-Z, they didn't invite me to do the halftime show. What if I rent out a venue? And what if I do my own halftime show? I think TPUSA has just opened the door to destroy the halftime show of the NFL, because perhaps other people now will say different rock bands, people that like Metallica, Pearl Jam, some of these, you know what I mean? Now you've opened up a window where people didn't think about competing against the NFL halftime show might say, why don't I do that? And why don't I just pocket the revenue from all of the views that I get? And so based upon that, I think TPUSA has done more damage than I even expected, despite these very high ratings. No doubt, 135 million people watching. because Super Bowl Sunday has become somewhat of a quasi holiday inside of the United States. Football has become the national pastime. It is long past baseball, even though baseball is having its comeuppings once again. And I'm so glad it is because you have more of a traditional and conservative bent inside of baseball. It's almost 50-50. I believe it's like 54-46. But just, you want that traditional Americana. And I believe what we're seeing is the subversion of traditional American values. And listen, Bad Bunny, I have no beef with Bad Bunny, but I do think when he says stuff like ice out and F ice and all this kind of stuff, he doesn't realize how good he has it, frankly. And it's just annoying to me that he would say stuff like that and do stuff like that. Now, when we get back, I want to give my take a little bit on at least my feelings on his production on the halftime show. We'll be back. You are listening to the Carl Jackson Show, your daily dose of objective truth in a world of confusion and lies. Let me talk to you real quickly about My Pillow, because this is still going on. Pretty amazing up till March 1st anyway. So last year was a harder year for My Pillow. But because of loyal listeners like you, they're still standing strong. So to show their appreciation, they still have their Christmas special that they're offering with savings that are exclusively for my listeners. Right now, you can get the Children's Bible Story Pillow 5-pack for just $29.98. My slippers with a free bottle of leather protectant spray for $39.98, and a variety of blankets, comforters, and duvets that are starting as low as 25 buckaroonies. Plus, there's a major blowout deal on the standard My Pillow now. It's only $14.98. All you have to do is visit mypillow.com or give them a call at 800-858-0263. Use that promo code Carl, C-A-R-L. I don't spell it like the communists, to unlock these wholesale prices. Again, that includes the standard My Pillow. Guys, I love My Pillow. I will not sleep with another pillow, and I'm not lying to you. Originally, it was $49.98. Again, just $14.98. The queen sizes are marked down to $18.99. The king size is only $1 more. So you already know My Pillow products come with a 10-year warranty. But again, Christmas, going back to Christmas, they announced then that they had a 60-day money-back guarantee, and that was extended. So orders that were placed right before Christmas, all right, will have their guarantee extended all the way through March 1st of this year. So hopefully you bought at Christmas time, but if you didn't, you can still buy now, and you have that guarantee extended through March 1st. So please take advantage of that special. All right, so mypillow.com, promo code Carl, C-A-R-L, or give them a call, 800-858-0263. Valentine's Day is coming up, so you can shop at mypillow.com.
I'm like, who is this man? Golly! He can't sing. I mean, like, what is this? Golly! This is ridiculous. And got the American flag and all these other flags. And yeah, God bless you too. Get off the stage. Please get off the stage. Get off. Put the game back on. I can't stand this. Tell me that. I mean, what in the world is all this foolishness? Thank you. Get off the stage, please. Jesus.
Okay. And then you have this cut number. Let's go to cut number 12. Let me opine on cut number 5. I feel like even though the ratings were huge, what you want to do with the NFL, what you want to do and what has traditionally been done is you bring people together. I feel like they didn't make an effort to do that at all. Last year with Kendrick Lamar, I feel like the same is true with Bad Bunny this year. It wasn't about American values. It was no longer about American game. I don't know if it's about a game that they want to take global or a game where they want to exclude traditional Americans. But the bottom line is the game of the NFL was created in the United States in the 1880s, and it is American through and through. And I don't say that because I don't want to disparage Bad Bunny or I want to disparage Latinos or, I mean, there are Latinos that are Americans and they're American citizens. And I feel like this is an American game and that's the way that we should treat it. You don't divide people. I don't like the Black national anthem being played at the beginning of the Super Bowl. I think that's stupid. I think it only divides people. I think when you tune in to the Super Bowl, the most largely, well, besides soccer, after soccer, but at least for the United States, the most tuned into program ever. I mean, every year, ever, basically. And the numbers continue to grow. They slid a little bit, I believe, for a short period of time with all that BLM nonsense and controversy. They still do a lot of that, including with the Black National Anthem. I want the Black National Anthem excluded. I'm not saying this because it's Bad Bunny or because he's Spanish. It's because when I watch the NFL, when I watch the Super Bowl, I want it to do what should be done and what was done or what used to be done. And that's if I'm Black, if I'm Latino, if I'm white, if I'm Asian, but I happen to be an American citizen, I'm getting the same message that you are American, that this game is an American game. And here we are. We forget about our skin color. We forget about our sex. We forget about our nations of origin, if you will. And we focus on the game. We have fun with the people that are around us, regardless of what color they are. And we have we have the pleasure and the excitement and fun of knowing that this is an American game. It brings us together. And what is happening with the Super Bowl, why I think this is increasingly a big deal is because I do believe it's a form of subversion. I do believe it's a way of undermining traditional American values. And I don't think Bad Bunny is intentionally trying to do that, but he did it. He did it. Gabe and I were talking about, he was repping the Puerto Rican flag, and then basically it's an independent territory of the United States of America. So I guess you can make the case where, okay, rep the American flag, rep the Puerto Rican flag. You couldn't just rep the Puerto Rican flag and the American flag. We got to look at all of these other foreign nations. I frankly don't even believe that the Puerto Rican flag should have been repped. I believe that the American flag should have been repped. Because in my mind, the Puerto Rican flag, you have a California flag, you have a Texas flag, you have a Florida flag, you have all these state flags. But what makes us one, what makes us e pluribus unum is the American flag. That's the symbol. That's the symbol for unity. No other flag is a symbol for unity if you consider yourself an American. And so slowly, but, it's okay. It's just entertainment. No, it's sending messages. It's sending messages. It's sending messages to younger generations. Oh, I'm different from this person. What's going to happen if there's an Islamic terrorist attack? If there's a communist that attacks the United States? This is why subversion is so crucial. This is why the weaponization of migration that I talked about earlier with Dr. Curry Myers is so crucial. Is so important because we have Americans that won't act like Americans, that won't necessarily side with Americans, that hate Americans. Going back to Hunter Hess again, instead of just representing the United States of America, instead of just, man, I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful to be competing and representing my country. Oh, it's my family. It's my friends. I'm not exactly happy what's happening in the United States. Tell me what athlete isn't. You can go back throughout history. Tell me what athlete isn't at some point in time. You've got a Democrat in the office or you got a Republican in the office and they have different political views, but they don't care. They're repping their country. I'm so tired of the virtue signaling and it's destroying America. Guys, it always fascinates me that all of these people that just hate on America want to come to America. All these people that we watched in Bad Bunny's in that last scene while he was exiting the stage, all of these flags. Oh, we got pride in all these flags, except they want to come here to the United States of America. So what does that say about the flags that they're representing? They're hypocrites. They're hypocrites. They want the luxuries and they want the benefits and they want the opportunity that exists in the U.S. that doesn't exist in their country, but they yell, no, I want to represent my country. No, you don't. Because if you wanted to represent your country, you pack up and leave. The truth is, it's an indictment on them. That they're hypocrites, that they're phonies, that they don't even have they don't even understand what they believe. And I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. You got Bad Bunny going to the Grammys, F Ice, Ice out, he says. Well, that's easy for Bad Bunny to say when you're a millionaire 10 times over and you don't have to compete as a poor person with illegal immigrants that are coming into the country, when it won't impact you, when you can sit on high and just spew nonsense so you can feel righteous and sound stupid. Ice out. Why don't Bad Bunny out? Poor Latinos that immigrated to the United States legally. Blacks, Asians, they all have to compete against the illegal immigrants that are taking their jobs, that are causing their insurance rates to go up, car accidents, hospitalizations, rents, 2/3 of the rental mortgage, 2/3 of the rental properties basically in the United States being rented by illegals. You don't think that causes the price of rentals to go up for American citizens, for lower class Americans? I shouldn't say lower class. Forgive me. I hate that term. But for poor Americans, why should legal immigrants and poor Americans have to compete for jobs and housing with illegal immigrants? Because Bad Bunny thinks so? Honestly, the guy is a moron trying to act like an intellect. And I hate to say that. I don't think I shouldn't say that. He's a moron politically. The guy has found a way to become successful. Obviously, he's driven. From what I understand, his music is absolutely godless and disgusting, but I can't understand it. But an opportunity to bring people together. He only speaks Spanish. Some Spanish people might like that. I think it's disrespectful to the United States of America. I think this is an English-speaking country overwhelmingly. This is the United States of America. And I think it's a shame that the NFL, listen, if you're going to have Bad Bunny, if you're going to have Spanish music, I think it needs to be mixed with English music. It's no disrespect to the Latino country, but I don't want some African dude come into the Super Bowl either and speaking in an African dialect that I don't understand. No, I want you to speak English because this is the United States of America. I mean, it's as simple as that. This isn't complicated. This isn't racist. It's actually the opposite. It's about unity. It is not about division. And the only way that America works as the United States of America is if we stick together despite our skin color, despite our sex, despite of where we came from. Because if we don't, the Islamists, the communists, and the cartels are going to tear us apart.